Ancient Egypt is one of the most fascinating time periods in human history. Always, we find ourselves in awe of the mysterious tombs and crypts, as well as the gigantic pyramids. Every artifact unearthed is like a missing piece of the puzzle that brings us closer to understanding the big picture of human history. And occasionally, the scientists come upon items that are so strange they're downright scary. So, today we're going to talk about the 4,500-year-old hidden tomb discovered in Egypt. Are you excited? Yes? Then stay tuned to A Secret World to find out more about this discovery. Let's begin now. Discovered Wadi Al-Jarf is an area in Egypt that is situated close to the Red Sea. It is around 200 kilometers away from the Great Pyramid of Giza. The only thing that could be seen was barren limestone mountains and mounds, no matter which direction you looked. On the other hand, there is a secret site where more mysteries that were buried around 4,500 years ago can be found. There is a hill of limestone here among the sand dunes, which is an anomaly in an otherwise desolate area, which, when viewed from above, seems to be nothing more than an ordinary hill, but which, upon closer study, is actually the location of a network of tunnels that have been cut into the stone within it, and which have been closed up using stones that weigh thousands of tons each. In this spot, ancient Egyptians buried something that they did not want the rest of the world to know about 4,500 years ago. However, when the stones that blocked the entrance to these tunnels were removed for the very first time, the scene that was revealed inside stunned people all over the world. J.G. Wilkinson found the area for the first time in 1832. In the 1950s, it was found again by a French expedition. They called it Rod el Kawaga. When the Suez Crisis happened in 1956, all archaeological digging stopped right away. In 2011, a French and Egyptian team of archaeologists picked up where they left off. The harbor there was constructed around 4,500 years ago, during the 4th dynasty of Egypt. More than 100 anchors were unearthed there as well, marking the first time anchors from the Old Kingdom have been located in their native setting. These jars have been connected to others from a different site across the Red Sea, suggesting commercial exchange. An abundance of papyrus scraps from the 4th dynasty was discovered at the Wadi Al-Jarf. The documents are the earliest Egyptian papyri ever discovered. J.G. Wilkinson was the first person to record the existence of the old harbor structures in Wadi Al-Jarf, and this was back in 1832. What he thought were Greek catacombs turned out to be a network of galleries hewn out of stone. Some French amateur archaeologists began exploring the site in the 1950s and gave it the name Rod el Kawaga. However, they were forced to leave during the 1956 Suez Crisis. The 2008 publication of their notes sparked renewed interest in the topic. The 2011 season marked the return of systemic excavation by an Egyptian-French archaeological team. An ancient seaport and numerous papyrus papers were discovered there in April 2013. The port complex includes a jetty of stone about 150 meters in length that may be seen at low tide. A navigational landmark formed of stacked stones is called an alamat, and a house with an unclear purpose that is divided into 13 long rooms about 60 meters in length. The structure is the largest pharaonic construction found to date along the Red Sea coast. However, its precise purpose remains a mystery. Among the artifacts on display in the galleries are remnants of sails, oars, and a plethora of antique ropes. They discovered 25 stone anchors in the water and another 99 in a nearby building that appears to be a warehouse. The anchors were found in their original location, which is a novelty for Old Kingdom archaeology, probably depicting the names of the ships they came from. Hieroglyphs may be found on many of the anchors. The harbor served as a departure point for ships carrying miners from Egypt's mainland to South Sinai. It is possible that Egyptian merchants utilized this harbor to set sail for the mythical land of Punt. Some of the massive limestone blocks at the site bear the name of Pharaoh Khufu, whose reign saw the development of the harbor. That means that the harbor is over 1,000 years older than the next oldest port building we know of. Can you imagine how old this harbor is? There are a few artifacts from the early 5th dynasty that suggest the harbor may have been in use. Hundreds of papyrus fragments as well as pieces of textiles, wood, and stone jars used to store food and drink were also discovered there. Many of the jars have names written on them in red ink. These names either belong to people or boats. The jars have a distinct marl composition that has been found in other 4th dynasty contexts. such as the Tel Ras Budran across the Gulf of Suez. And that's all we have today. Please hit that like button and sign up for our channel if you enjoyed this video. For now, we must part ways until the next video.